Pikes Council for the Boy Scouts of America proudly presents the 2020 Annual Program Planning Training. The four necessary parts to an effective program plan are calendar and program planning, budget planning, fundraising, and summertime planning. In this video, we will be discussing summertime planning. Summertime planning. With this fourth and final program video on discussing annual program planning, we are discussing summertime planning. What makes summertime planning part of your unit's success for your individual programs? Well, simply put, Scouting is designed to engage our youth's interests through the course of the Scouting year. With summertime planning, it keeps the interest high. Summertime events will pique the interest of our youth while they are on break from school. Meanwhile, this drives our Scouting families to return and renew their membership with your unit. So where do we begin? We begin by going to the Journey to Excellence website. There, you have 5 program scorecards for each of your individual programs, from Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, Venturing, Sea Scouting, and also Exploring. First, use the JTE scorecard for the current year. In this video for summertime program planning, we are going to address the individual criteria under the program selection of the JTE scorecard per Scouting program. For Cub Scouting, we are going to item number 7 under the program section of the JTE scorecard, and it talks about day, resident, and family camps. The criteria: Cub Scouts attend a day camp, family camp, and or resident camp. To go look into the bronze section, you need to have at least 33% of your Cub Scouts participate in this experience. For silver, we're looking at 50% or 33% have improved over the prior year. And for gold, we are looking at 75% of your Cub Scout pack, or 50 of them who have improved for the prior year. Now, for Scouts BSA, item number 7 discusses the long-term camping. The criteria says that participate in a long-term camp with the majority of your troop in attendance. Bronze, they participate in a long-term camp experience. Silver, about 60% of your scouts in your troop experience a long-term camp. And for gold, 70% of your scouts of your troop go to a long-term camp. Now with venturing, we are looking at item number 4. This discusses adventure. Conduct regular activities including at least a Tier 2 or a Tier 3 adventure. Bronze gives you to conduct 4 activities including these tier adventures. Silver, conduct at least 5 activities, and at least 50% of your youth participate in a Tier 2 or a Tier 3 adventure. And finally, for gold, conduct at least 6 activities, and at least 50% of your youth participate in a Tier 2 and a Tier 3 adventure. Now for Sea Scouting, we're looking at item number 4. This criteria says that you must conduct regular activities to include a super activity or a long cruise. For bronze, we are looking at least 4 activities to include both either the super activity or the long cruise. For silver, we're looking at 5 activities with at least 50% of the youth. And for gold, we're looking at 6 activities and with at least 50% of the youth participating in the super activity or the long cruise. Now for exploring, we are looking at item number 6. Item number 6 is only for the super activities. The post and the club plans and or participates in a super activity. For bronze, we are looking at the explorers participate in activity either nationally, regionally, or locally. For silver, we're looking for that post or club to plan and conduct its own super activity. And for gold, we are looking for your post or club to achieve the silver with at least 50% of your explorers in attendance. Now let's go back to summertime planning. In this video, we are going to break down the summertime activities per program type. This includes Cub Scouting, Scouts BSA, and the 3 high adventure programs: Venturing, Sea Scouting, and Exploring. We'll begin with Cub Scouting. In Cub Scouting, we have the Cub Scout Day Camp. Day Camp is broken down into 2 event types, which are the one-day day camp is themed into an event that engages the Cub Scouts to experience opportunities that are not available at the unit level, such as a STEM day camp, a shooting sports day camp, and an aquatics day camp. The second one is a resident camp, which goes from 3 to a 5-day experience for Cub Scouts. They are immersed in adventures, and the Cub Scouts can take part into archery, BB gun shooting, nature hikes, crafting, and swimming. Here, the Cub Scouts are afforded opportunities to complete advancement requirements. Another Cub Scout camping opportunity is family camping. Cub Scout Family Camp is an opportunity for Cub Scouts from 1st through 5th grade to camp with their families at a council-operated camp. Much like a resident camp, Cub Scouts can experience adventures with their parents. Such adventures are swimming, boating, BB gun shooting, and archery, also to include rock climbing, fishing, hiking, arts and crafts. If you want more information, go to our council website at www.pikespeakbsa.org/Cub Family Camp. Now let's discuss summer camp and high adventure. Summer camp and high adventure generally will go into our older youth programs such as Scouts BSA, but is not limited to just this program. Now, for the requirement into the JTE, your units or your youth should experience a long-term camping experience. This consists of 6 consecutive nights. Now, how do we give this opportunity to our units and our youth? Well, your units and or your youth can go to a council-operated camp, a BSA high adventure base, or your unit can lead a unit-based high adventure experience. This is generally a week-long experience that has been planned out by your unit and their youth to go outside to do a great camping experience. At summer camp is a great way to build excitement for your Scouts. Several opportunities for Scouts to earn merit badges, to go camping, or learn more about their own capabilities will be done at camp. If your unit has not planned or have had a cancellation for their reservation at a previous selected camp, look into your own council-operated camp. In the Pikes Peak Council, we have Camp Alexander. Camp Alexander is located at the 11 Mile Canyon in the Pike National Forest. It sits at an elevation of 8,200 feet to about 8,600 feet. Camp Alexander has 7 weeks of camping available for scouting units, and it also hosts 16 campsites for those units. Most of the majority of them are high capacity to minimal capacity for your needs. Additionally, we have outback high adventure programs, such as our hike up to Pikes Peak. We also have a climbing program for the Red Rocks Canyon. We have mountain biking in our facility, and we also have a whitewater rafting experience where you can go rafting down the Arkansas River. In 2021, Camp Alexander will be celebrating 75 years of service to our Pikes Peak Council. So, with that, plan, celebrate with us, and be part of our legacy. Another council property that we have in the Pikes Peak region is Glen Aspen Scout Ranch. Glen Aspen is located near Woodland Park, Colorado, and it also has significant historical ties to the founder of Colorado Springs, General Lewis Palmer. Glen Aspen gives an opportunity for units to have a unit level campsite to experience a weekend camp out at a monthly opportunity. On the property itself, there is a training facility, which is hosted to one of our greatest and most popular programs that we have is our National Youth Leader Training, or also known as NYLT. For National High Adventure bases, the Boy Scouts of America have 4 properties to give this experience to our youth. They are the Philmont Scout Ranch in Cimarron, New Mexico, Northern Tier High Adventure Base, which is located in the Great North Woods of northern Minnesota and also in Canada, and the Florida Sea Base High Adventure, which is in Isla Morada, Florida. And lastly, the Summit Bechtel Reserve. The Summit, which is located in Glen Jean, West Virginia, it is the host location for the National Scout Jamborees. In 2019, the Summit hosted the 24th World Scout Jamboree, which provided 12 days of activities to 200 nations in the world order of the scouting movement. Now let's discuss super activities. Super activities are geared towards our venturing, sea scouting, and our exploring units. For venturing, a super activity could be our Kodiak Challenge or our Powderhorn Challenge. In sea scouting, a super activity could be identified as our Long Cruise or the Sea Scout SEAL Training. And for exploring, depending on which particular program you have, in this example, firefighting, the unit can plan and also participate in a local firefighting exploring academy. Hey, congratulations! You have just reached the end of our tutorial. You have been given the methods to work your annual program plan, and those are calendar and program planning, budget planning, fundraising, and summertime planning. Now remember, there is a life cycle of scouting, and they go into recharter, scout transition, camp cards, spring recruitment, camping, fall recruitment, popcorn, and retention. This is done every year, so make sure that you plan a year in advance. And also, follow up on your current program plan. If there are any deficiencies or anything that you may think that will help out your program plan for the following year, annotate it. And remember, there are resources available. Go to www.pikespeakbsa.org and go to our homepage, where on the left side you can click on Camping and Outdoor Program for more information. Need more assistance? Well, you can click on Contact Us on the top part of the website. It's located here. And finally, be sure to report your progress to your unit commissioner and also your district executive. On behalf of the staff of the Pikes Peak Council, the volunteers, and the youth in scouting, we want to wish you and thank you so much for your dedication to our youth in our programs. This means everything to our community, to our volunteers, and to our youth. Thank you for what you do in scouting. This presentation has been brought to you by the Pikes Peak Council for the Boy Scouts of America. If you wish to donate to scouting, go to www.pikespeakbsa.org/donate.